ability to tap into economic potential. Israeli man charged with firearms trading and ammunition possession. Good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. You're watching Malaysia Tonight. My name is Darryl Baptist. We begin tonight's broadcast with some encouraging words from Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, who said he is confident in the ability of Malaysians to realise the country's potential in economic development, especially in high-value investments. He said this as he shared a video report from the World Economic Forum Facebook page on Malaysia's growing potential in the semiconductor industry. The Premier said the Madani government is committed to building a new, high-tech and innovation-driven future for the country. Elaborating further on the matter, Datuk Seri Anwar said, with high-value investments from global firms, resulting in high-paying jobs for more Malaysians, he has absolute confidence in the potential of every Malaysian, in the bright prospects for the country's economy and the shared future as a nation. The World Economy Forum video report highlighted that Malaysia, especially Pulau Pinang, is emerging as a new semiconductor powerhouse after the state secured $12.8 billion, equivalent to 61 billion ringgit in foreign direct investments last year. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia, expressed his hope for increased investments from Chinese companies within Malaysia. His Majesty said this will lead to the creation of more job opportunities for the people in this country. His Majesty expressed this sentiment when receiving the Ambassador of China to Malaysia, Aoyang Eugene, today. The audience with Sultan Ibrahim was to discuss bilateral relations between Malaysia and China, as well as current issues related to both countries. In the meeting, His Majesty shared his thoughts on the direction of diplomatic relations between the two countries and emphasized the importance of identifying broader cooperation opportunities. Sultan Ibrahim also highlighted China's status as one of the world's major economic powers and emphasized its significant role as a key trading partner for Malaysia. As such, the King hopes that Malaysia will capitalize on its unique capabilities to maximize and enhance trade volume, foster technology exchanges, and further expand its exports to China. An Israeli man pleaded not guilty at the Sessions Court today on 2 charges of trading 6 firearms and possessing 158 of bullets in a hotel in Kuala Lumpur last month. Avitan Shalom made the plea after both charges were read before Judge Tasnim Abu Bakar. The first charge was made under Section 7, Subsection 1 of the Firearms Increased Penalties Act 1971, Act 37, which carries a minimum of 30 years imprisonment and a maximum of 40 years and not less than 6 strokes of the cane if found guilty. The second charge was framed in accordance with Section 8, Subsection A of the Firearms Act 1960, Act 206, which provides for a maximum imprisonment of 7 years or a fine not exceeding 10,000 ringgit or both if convicted. Deputy Public Prosecutor Muhammad Mustafa P. Kunialam did not offer any bail, as it is a non-bailable offence. Lawyers Navinjit Singh and Jeffrey Uy, who represented the accused, agreed with the prosecution's proposal and did not raise any objections. The court fixed 21st May for the re-mention of the case. Sultan of Kedah, Al-Aminul Karim Sultan Salahuddin Sultan Badlisha, today reiterated his deepest sympathy to the people of Palestine who are under attack by the Israel regime. His Highness decreed that the Palestinian issue highlights the importance of the global community and the Muslim world.
Pengeboman tanpa mengira masa dan tempat, seperti di rumah, masjid, sekolah, hospital dan fasiliti kesihatan, telah mengakibatkan kerosakan yang teruk dan musnah dalam sekelip mata. Selain itu, bilangan mangsa-mangsa yang terkorban kian meningkat, terutama di kalangan rakyat yang tidak berdosa, seperti kanak-kanak, orang tua, dan wanita.
In his decree, in conjunction with Idul Fitri celebrations, Sultan Salahuddin has joined the chorus of national and international leaders extending their sympathy to Palestinians. The situation in Gaza has reached the level of insanity, and humanity has been lost as women and children continue to become the victims. For those of you who will be doing some traveling in the coming days, I highly urge you all to take extra precautionary measures. This is in regards to the 16 fatal accidents which were reported around the country on the fourth day of Salama 22 yesterday, a drop compared to 35 death cases recorded the day before. Bukit Aman Traffic Enforcement and Investigation Department Acting Director Dato' Muhammad Nasri Omar said a total of 1,288 road accidents cases were reported yesterday during the operation, which was launched in conjunction with the Hari Raya Idul Fitri celebration. Dato' Muhammad Nasri said fatal accidents reported on the first day of Shawwal on Wednesday may have occurred due to various factors, including people rushing out to celebrate Hari Raya, resulting in congested roads and accidents. He said police expect the traffic will be heavy tomorrow as people will begin to return to the city. In addition, he said traffic flow in Kuala Selangor is expected to be congested for those using the West Coast Expressway, or WCE, because there are 15 traffic lights in Kuala Selangor. Dato' Muhammad Nasri also advised motorists to plan their travels to avoid getting caught in congestion. During Salamat, police are focusing on curbing 6 key offences, including driving over the speed limit, running red lights, the use of mobile phones while driving, and misusing the emergency lane. Still ahead in our business segment, single window initiative to strengthen Malaysia's startup ecosystem. The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, also known as MOSTI, will be launching the Single Window Initiative to strengthen Malaysia's startup ecosystem by streamlining processes and consolidating resources under one platform. Its Minister Chang Lee Kang said the initiative will dismantle bureaucratic hurdles, expedite approvals and empower entrepreneurs to navigate the startup journey with greater ease. The minister said the government has developed the Malaysian Startup Ecosystem Roadmap, which serves as a blueprint to propel the country's startup ecosystem to new heights as a regional hub. It addresses critical areas such as talent development, funding accessibility, ensuring market access, and driving innovation in technology and social impact. Chang further said the Malaysia Venture Capital Roadmap and My Digital initiatives, alongside incentives for foreign investment, make Malaysia an attractive proposition for digital businesses seeking a regional foothold. He added the government is also supporting local innovation through Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, Cradle and other agencies, providing startups with crucial financial and technical support. With online scams on the rise, it's no wonder that the banking industry is working closely with regulators and enforcement agencies to secure banking systems and digital platforms, enhance security measures according to the latest fraud modus operandi, and identify and freeze banking accounts associated with scammers and mule accounts holders. This is part of the continued efforts to protect customers' financial well-being. The Association of Banks in Malaysia and the Association of Islamic Banking and Financial Institutions Malaysia said that since July last year, the banking industry has implemented 5 key measures to further defend against scams. These include replacing short messaging service one-time password with a more secure authentication method, tightening fraud detection rules, performing a cooling-off period for first-time registration of online banking access, allowing only a single mobile device to be registered, and enabling a dedicated complaint channel for customers. Customers who suspect fraudsters are impersonating bank officers should hang up immediately and call the bank's official customer service hotline instead. Those who have fallen victim to scams should immediately call the National Scam Response Centre or the bank's customer service hotline for assistance.
KLites will be happy to hear that Kuala Lumpur has climbed 16 spots to become the world's 73rd smartest city out of 142 cities, according to the 2024 Smart City Index, or SCI, released by the Institute for Management Development, or IMD, Smart City Observatory recently. Last year, Kuala Lumpur was ranked 89th.
The report highlighted several commendable performances of Kuala Lumpur, including the ease of online purchasing of tickets and accessibility of online job listings that make it easier to find work. The report also commended the city's health and safety structure, such as arranging medical appointments online has improved access, and mobility structures like online scheduling and ticket sales have made public transport easier to use. However, the report found that traffic congestion, corruption, air pollution and affordable housing were among the most concerned issues in Kuala Lumpur. Zurich retained the top spot for the 5th consecutive edition of the SCI in 2024, followed by Oslo, Canberra, Geneva and Singapore.
And now here's some news that leaders all around the world will want to pay attention to. Global economic activity is weak by historical standards, with a slowdown in productivity the main cause. This was revealed by International Monetary Fund, or IMF, head Kristalina Georgieva, who described the situation as a sobering reality.
Listing the main difficulties facing the global economy, Georgieva said inflation is not fully defeated while fiscal buffers have been depleted. She said debt is up, posing a major challenge to public finances in many countries. She put global growth at a little above 3% and noted concerns including geopolitical tensions that were increasing the risk of economic fragmentation. On Tuesday, the IMF is to present its World Economic Outlook. Georgieva pointed to positive signs, saying that global growth is marginally strong on account of robust activity in the United States and in many emerging market economies. But she added that the primary driver of weaker growth is a significant and broad-based slowdown in productivity. Analysis shows it accounts for over half of the growth slowdown in advanced and emerging economies, and nearly all in low-income countries. She predicted that without a course correction, the world was heading for a sluggish and disappointing decade.
Electrical vehicle or EV adoption in ASEAN will continue to increase due to favorable regulations, launch of new models at lower prices by Chinese EV makers, as well as large automotive production base and significant demand in the region.
Maybank Investment Bank Berhad, or Maybank IB, said 6 markets reported a fourfold jump in fully electric car sales to 141,095, of which Thailand and Vietnam were the top 2 countries, forming 77% of the sales last year. As more low-priced EV models are launched in 2024 and 2025, Maybank IB expects ASEAN's EV adoption rate to increase further. It said another driver would be direct subsidies to buyers and the addition of charging points. Maybank IB also said a regulatory push and cheaper EVs are the key to EV adoption, which is clearly visible in the EV adoption in Thailand. Thailand is offering cash subsidy to EV buyers, as well as lower excise and import duty for original equipment manufacturers. The Thai government is also incentivizing local manufacturing. Globally, the sales of electric car reached 14 million last year, making up 19% of total car sales.
Pulau Pinang's status as a favoured cruise tourism destination consistently attracts a growing number of visitors, with the robust growth of cruise tourism making it an optimal stopover for cruise liners navigating the Southeast Asia region.
State Tourism and Creative Economy Committee Chairman Wong Hon Wai said the number of international vessel berths and passenger numbers continued to exhibit an upward trend for January and February in both 2023 and 2024. He said the international vessel berths increased from 31 to 45, demonstrating a growth rate of 45.16%, indicating the state's sustained momentum in attracting international cruise ships. Likewise, passenger numbers showed an increase during these periods, rising from 100,803 to 131,208. Wong also noted that from 2022 to 2023, the number of international vessel berths nearly doubled, increasing from 84 to 156, marking an impressive growth rate of 85.71%. There was a significant increase in the number of international passengers during the same period, rising from 439,012 to 573,178, and these figures underscore Pulau Pinang's status as a sought-after cruise destination, gradually solidifying its position in the industry.
With the nation fully immersed in the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, there's a general sense of positivity in the atmosphere. Some may be wondering how this may impact the stock exchange market in the country. On tonight's episode of On the Table, we have Otto with our guest who dive further into the topic. Otto, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Daryl, for that. And of course, good evening and welcome back to the program. Now, this week's Eid al-Fitr break, just like any other festive celebrations, means that it's not business as usual for most economic activities, as things, shall we say, are stagnant following the long holiday. Now, this includes trading on the equity market on Bursa Malaysia. Now, with us in the studio for further insights on the matter is Vincent Lau, Head of Equity Sales at Rakuten Trade Center Berhad. So, Vincent, welcome to the show.
Welcome, hi.
Now, firstly, before we move on, could you comment on today's market closing? And can I assume that the volumes traded were somewhat marginal compared to any other Friday's closing, given the long holiday?
Oh, in fact, to be honest, I think today's market is quite robust in terms of trading. I think it's even more active compared to the Raya Eve on the Tuesday. And also, I think it's stronger over the last Friday as well. And I think the market breadth is about 500 over gainers today, although the index was slightly marginal down. I think there are quite a lot of gainers. In fact, you see some companies, Tata Edge, hitting limit up today, and quite a number of those stocks have also seen strong gains in the HDD market, your Dufu and some of those, which is the AI data center related, those stocks.
Now, how's the outlook for the bourse when trading at Bursa resumes on Monday? How does it look like?
I think with the cautious outlook from the US Fed funds, also some of the stronger economic numbers, I think market should also continue to trend higher. I think overall market, I think you can see some of the recent IPO listings, stocks have come back up. I think Alpha, IVF, and some of those recent listings have seen some resurgence in trading activities as well. And also I think our market has seen the trend of the data centers, AI development of the related stocks have done quite well. So we expect the positive spillover to continue. I think in fact, I think today you can see the property index has reached 2018 high, basically so-called property stocks. So I think it augurs well. I think we are quite optimistic on the market. Yeah.
Now, given the favorable input on foreign direct investments or FDIs, are we seeing an influx of foreign investments being net buyers of Malaysian stocks?
Well, I think our market has done quite fairly well in the first quarter. So I think we have seen some net outflow. I think year to date is about 1.2 billion. You can see in the early of the years, February as well, I think, and also the big cap stocks has done quite well. Your YTL Power, your banking stocks, index stocks, in fact, your Malaysia Airport as well is reached an all-time high. So I think those are the good signs that things are looking better for the government. As also, I think our Prime Minister has been very hardworking, bringing in potential of 100 over billion worth of investments to our country. So we are positive that the foreign net inflow would resume in the second half of the year, basically so-called. Yeah, although currently it's about negative 1.2 billion. I think they've taken some profits off the table. Yeah, but I think our local institutions has come in to buy and support the market. That's why you can see our index is at about 1,005.
Wow. Now, following up on that, given the flexibility of the ringgit to a basket of foreign currencies, can we say that if we see a bull run on the bourse, it's attributed to these foreign investors?
Well, I think it plays an important part to have foreign investors coming into our market to provide the depth and liquidity to our market as well. I think to have a bull run, I think we need foreign investors, funds, and also our local institutions and also our retail investors to continuously to buy in, to hold on to the stock. So I think that's crucial for the market as well to provide the depth and liquidity.
Now, how's the trend so far this year, given that we've completed the first quarter of the year?
I think first quarter, I think our KLCI index is almost up about 6%, which is relatively well. I think comparable to our region. I think some of the, like I mentioned just now, the property index has reached a high of 2018. In fact, the technology sector, we are seeing some rebound, signs of rebound as well. As you all know, I think our Prime Minister mentioned in the World Economic Forum, I think E&E accounts for about the global, our market share is about 16%, and also it accounts for 40% of exports. So I think it's a very important sector, and we are seeing that our ecosystem is done very well. Penang, Kulim, and all those, we are seeing investments there,
Even in Johor, and what other places that you see that seems like it's a good outlook so far?
I think Johor as well, in the sense that we've got a Johor team-related stocks that's done quite well in the properties. And also, I think quite a fair bit of the EMS sector stocks down in Johor. You got your VS, you got your Cape EMS. Those are also done fairly well as well, on the recurring sector.
Now, as far as foreign investors are, or even domestic are concerned, how do you think the economic sentiments influence the market?
Oh, it's quite important to have a positive outlook basically going forward, because I think stock market is six months ahead of the real economic conditions. So the positive market outlook will generate more fund inflows as well, and also is a barometer of the economic health as well, in the sense that when the stock market do well, you have a spillover effect to the wealth creation to the investors as well.
Now, regional markets or Bursa included are always influenced by Wall Street, not to mention the developments within the U.S. economy. Your comments on that, and is it vice versa as an Asian markets influencing the NYSE, etc.?
I think generally, it will be the New York Stock Exchange with Dow Jones and the S&P and Nasdaq. These are the ones that will be influencing the global market, I think, not including Malaysia as well. When the US market goes up, I think most likely our market will go up as well. But sometimes when the US market goes down, our market may go up as well, based on the local factors as well. But overall, I think most of the market tend to follow US markets. If US were to do well, I think it will have spillover effect to the Asian markets as well, so-called, Just like you can see recently during the Haraya break, I think before that, US were down because of the strong CPI numbers, and then subsequently the next day, the PPI numbers came in weaker, so the US market rebounded. Henceforth, our market was spared the sort of sell down a little. So in fact, today our market has done relatively well for Friday. So, yes.
Well, what about the political factors? So other factors that could probably influence the market so far?
So far, I think US market, I think it's mainly the Fed rate cut and also the expectation of the inflation trending down. And also, I think for US market, I think as of now, I think this is, as you all know, I think is the presidential election year for US market. I think for the historical time, I think the only two times that is negative is the dot-com bubble and also the Asian financial crisis. So basically, so-called, I think I'll look for the US market should do well this year, basically on the presidential election year. I think historically have shown that. And so far this year, I think the market has done very well with the AI team going forward, and also now it's the earnings seasons as well for the US market. So things are still looking up. I think any pullback is healthy because it's done quite well. I think it was about 20% up year to date, some of the sectors as well, the Magnificent Seven. So, I think this year should do well, continue to do well. When US do well, I think that our market will tend to do well as well, barring any from foreseen circumstances.
So are you saying that we are dependable on the US market so far, or is it, how does it work?
I think it's more the sentiment basically, so-called. I think if US market would to close lower plunge, I think it will affect the global sentiment as well. So I think as long as the US market were chugging along, I think people will focus on our domestic issues and also domestic catalysts, like say some of the E&E sectors and all those are Johor related, the construction, property, those are all doing quite well. So I think a lot will also depends on our earnings season. I mean the upcoming in May, I think, and also the economic outlook. I think Bank Negara and also the Finance Minister also mentioned that things will be looking better. I think recovering from here, so-called, from the slow exports previously in the first quarter.
Oh, great. Now, could you comment on institutional investors and their contributions to the local bourse?
Oh yes, of course, institutional investors is very important to our local market to provide the liquidity and so the depth. In fact, as you all know, I think EPF, Co-op, those are the main institutional investors and also the local fund managers will provide liquidity to the market. So I think on top of that, we got foreign investors as well. So that's why sometimes when the foreign funds are selling, you got your local institutions to pick up the selling, absorbing the selling pressure, and also the retail investors jumping in to pick a bargain. As of now, I think you can see some of the foreign funds are still net sell year to date. So our local institution has been picking up, and you can see our index has been holding on about 1,005. So which is a good thing. Yeah.
How about previously? How is it, the market so far?
Early of the year, basically so-called the foreign funds were net buyers, whereas the local institutions were net sellers. So yeah, it somehow balances basically so-called with the different class of diverse investors. You got the retail investors, you got the local institution, and you got foreign investors. Yeah, to make more vibrant the market.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we end?
I think generally, I think things are looking better. I think with the government economic fundamentals, and also we're going to give time for them to see through the transition and also the execution of the various policies that have been done. I think so far things are looking on the right track. I think in fact, you can see the index market is doing relatively well, 1,005. We expect a stronger second half of the year as well.
Oh, okay. And well, thank you very much for that. I do believe that we're almost out of time. So that's all that we have for tonight. And we'd like to thank Vincent Mao.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. And he's the head of equity sales at Rakuten Trade. And together with Daryl, all right, Daryl Baptist, I'm Otto Othman. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thanks for watching and have a pleasant evening.